Hello crafty friends, Natalie right here with a fun little Easter tag tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to use this fun pearlized liquid pearls and use it as a texture paste on this cute little Easter tag. Look at that shimmer. I love it. So what you're going to need is a paper tag, a stencil. I've got this cute little bunny rabbit stencil here, a shimmer spray. This is the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in blush. I've got my liquid pearls. I don't know what color this is. It's purple. I'm not sure. It doesn't say the color name on it, or at least I don't see it, but it's a very, very nice pinkish purple. Lots of sheen. A palette knife and a small paintbrush. I've also got a sheet of palette paper here, but you can work on a paper plate if you don't have that. So to get started, I'm going to line up my stencil on my tag. And then I'm going to take my palette paper and I'm going to squeeze out quite a bit of my liquid pearls, probably about the size of a quarter. There is quite a bit in this little bottle, but you'll see that it takes quite a bit to fill the whole surface. I like to have a little bit of texture with it, so you can use less and make it really smooth, but I think the texture is kind of the fun part when you look at it up close. Okay, I've got my stencil where I want it. I'm not going to tape it down because it's so small. I'm just going to hold it really tight. But I'm going to hold my hand in place after I pick up the liquid pearls. Now, it's not a texture paste. It's a little bit thinner, so it's got some nice, it's kind of a in between a, well, I'd call it a medium-bodied paint. There we go. Got it just right. So it is staying on the knife, but it's thinner than a traditional texture paste, so just be careful that you don't drip it. And then I'm just going to really carefully bring it across my stencil. Pick up a little bit more. And you can go as thick or as thin as you like. I like mine kind of thick. I definitely want to make sure I cover all of the tag surface. And I've got kind of an off-white paper tag here just so you can see it on this white background, but this project looks really lovely on white paper as well. And I'll go ahead and take my palette knife and make sure I've got some extra texture there. All right, I think I've got the whole area covered. So I'm going to very, very carefully lift my stencil off. And because this is a little bit thinner than texture paste, that's what your paintbrush is for. You're just going to kind of take those edges and clean them up. And you know, sometimes you can just change the shape a little bit of your rabbit. If you don't have the stencil and you feel comfortable just kind of penciling out your shape, you can do that. You can just draw it, or you can do more of a flower, whatever you want for spring. Doesn't necessarily have to be a rabbit. You could do a pink heart for Valentine's Day. But the fun thing about the brush is you can add little brush strokes. So that will also add extra texture. So I'm just kind of cleaning up those edges. My stencil lifted off pretty good. So I'm just adding some extra dimension there. All right, so what you want to do next is set your tag aside and let it dry. It takes about 15-20 minutes for the liquid pearls to dry. You might want to give it an hour just to be safe and make sure that pigment's fully cured. And then after that, give your Heidi Swapp Color Shine a nice shake, so you mix up all the pigment in there really good. And you're going to just lightly spritz your tag. And then what I'll do is I'll go back with a paper towel and kind of lift that color shine back off of my rabbit. And then I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. After I've let my rabbit dry, I'm going to take some ribbon and just feed it through, just like that. So you can see it's got some really, really lovely sheen to it. You can personalize it with a stamp or some hand lettering, but really fun, lovely tag for spring or Easter.